And now the end is near, or it's here already. But we knew this was coming. This is of no surprise to anyone. Intellivision is over. I mean, I'm putting this video out on Wednesday morning, Wednesday 2nd of March, and the news broke on Monday night into Tuesday, and Monday night into Tuesday morning. I always used to sort of break while I'm asleep, and then we get into the next day, and I've not got time during the day to then put out a video the same day because I've always got something going on. So any sort of new video is going to come the next day. But as of making this video, and I will just double check before I finish, as I'm making this video, there's actually been no announcement from Intellivision. So they said by the end of February, and as I record this, it's the 1st of March, but they said by the end of February, they would, well, sort of mid to end of February, they would put some information out about this, that, and the other. But we've had nothing at all. And we've got, I made a community post on Monday night. Basically, there was no Astro Smash Mondays from DJC Game Studios. He postponed it because, well, at the time, it hadn't been confirmed. At the time, I guess Intellivision postponed their announcement indefinitely. And it looks like I was right. I'm saying I'd like to hope all the investors get their money back, but I doubt they will. So it's weird. Whoever Papa Peters, he's saying, I guess we're postponed. I think there's someone else who confirmed that it was postponed. But it's like DJC just did a runner. So did get a couple of comments. Thanks to Canadian Gamer. Cue the X-Files music. Well, yeah, they'll be hunting the money of what happened. Yeah, where did it all go? Dan Wolf said what happened, and I just said no idea. I only looked briefly, but it sounds like the DJC realised the game was up and just postponed. I pulled the stream, but when you go to his page, the thing's there. Astro Smash Mondays. Well, but then he's knocked it on basically to next week, March the 8th, and then. The middle of the night, 2:47 my time, the StartEngine campaign has ended. So and it's disappeared from DJC's main page, the home page for his WhatsApp. Maybe if it's scheduled over a week away, it doesn't come up on the main page. But I thought it would have done, unless he's just hidden it somehow. So you get to his main page and it's just not coming up at all. So the last one was a week ago, Astro Smash Mondays, and then it's just completely gone. Obviously a bit obsessed with the Intellivision. I'd like to hope these people get their money back, as I say, but it's not going to happen. Retrobo's clearly given up. His last video about the Amico was over 2 weeks ago. Intellivision Amico out of money? Say it isn't so. He still didn't think it was so, but it was so. And then we have Turbo Joe. He did make a video, Intellivision Amico community and channel update, but quite frankly, he didn't have anything to say about the Amico, really. He's just talking about some other, was it Three Amigos podcast he does, which I don't give too many tosses about. One of the things happened was, a while ago, as I say, the new CEO, Phil Adam, he promised an update for the release and shipping information in mid to late February, and then all this Amico cult, they were just hanging on to that. But then no announcement came, because this is what scammers are like. They lead you on with false promises that never come, and they'll continue to sucker people in who fall for it. And that includes watching Phil Adams swan off on holiday during February. So, to me and pretty much everyone else, Intellivision are clearly dead. But, we'll see what there is to see. But just going back to the StartEngine page for a moment. The Intellivision offering is now closed and is no longer accepting investments. So, I think, they wanted $5 million, but they needed $10 million to make it another 7 to 9 months. They've already pissed $17 million up the wall. Why anyone thinks this would still continue, I don't know. But they basically raised 1% of what they needed of this $5 million. So 0.5% of the $10 million. So I thought this was going on until the end of April though. But then they get to the end of February and it's been closed. So that's yeah. Maybe it was the end of February, and I don't know. And it was, or maybe it has to get a certain amount by the end of February or after a month, and then if it doesn't get that, it just stops. I don't know. I've never used StartEngine. I've never sort of gone for a crowdfunding thing before. But let's just go back to where we were. Just have a look at a few posts here on Reddit. So this is on the official Amico page. Flangle1. Am I somehow mistaken, or shouldn't we have received an update? I hate the word gotten. It doesn't feel like a real word to me. Apparently it is, but sort of some archaic word, probably in Shakespeare's time, I imagine. It's not certainly one we'd use today. Same as when something is built off of something, or it comes off of something. It comes from something. It's not off of something. That's not a proper word. Not proper word usage. Anyway, am I somehow mistaken? Should we have had a release date, an update release on by the end of February? I apologise if I'm missing some announcement somewhere, but I've received no email and the site has no update. Does anyone know what's going on? Isn't the end of business day February the 28th, which was obviously a Monday, come and gone? I've been a faithful pre-orderer. I need to see some information, or please try and get your money out, that's for sure. Let's see here. Oh, Reddit Shredded, he just seems to be a die-hard fan of the Amico. I had to. It's like he sort of pinned this comment. So yeah, he's just sort of trying to, yeah, Reddit Shredded. It's like maybe it's Tommy posting in disguise, but this Reddit Shredded doesn't have an Amico pre-ordered, yet he's the one who's the biggest diehard on this forum for the Amico. That's very bizarre indeed. But I heard the announcement was going to be that in addition to playing Shark, the Amico will be able to run a full set of medical tests by only using a single drop of blood. Yeah. They closed the StartEngine crowdfunding offering today, so I don't take that as a good sign. We knew it was coming, but $100 spent nearly 2 years ago isn't affecting me. Held on to the bitter end, I did. Well, why don't you ask for your deposit back? Mind your own business. But yeah, so just when it starts descending into bickering, I can't be bothered. Intellivision this is in the Intellivision Amico subreddit. Intellivision Amico has really lost money from the StartEngine campaign. We already have a solid estimate that Intellivision's takeaway from StartEngine was around 30 to 40k, possibly less. This has also lost Intellivision hundreds of pre-order deposits. Tommy recently bragged that the waiting list for Founders Editions was 300 people long, and they seem to already have burned through that list. This isn't even counting pre-orders. 300 people. I thought they had about 6,000 pre-orders. Were they all cancelled? I hope so. I hope they got their money back. This isn't even counting pre-orders unless that's an extra thing. Well, who would pre-order from a shop though? I don't think. Well, why would you? Bad press is one thing, but this has tangibly hurt them financially too. This might be the stupidest move by Intellivision in the whole saga. Nail in the coffin. Well, this is what they've been setting themselves up for anyway. Why? If they've run off with $17 million, it sounds like a damn good scam, quite frankly. Anyway. What do you know? D-list celebrity, what do you know about... what do you know? The Karma engine is real after all. Also, the new tag here, a fool and his money are soon parted, has never been more true. And it works for Intellivision too. I wonder how much the licenses for LLB and ACL cost. Well, that's if they actually bought any licenses. I doubt it. Yeah, it's just end of constant sort of same old going on. I had pre-ordered the console at launch. I'm a big fan of retro gaming. Was enticed primarily by the modernisation of Intellivision classics. The first delay was believable as any due to COVID. I backed a lot of Kickstarter board games, and many had the same issue, so I didn't think about it. So my voice is starting to go again. I've got a bit of a cold lately. The second one made me think I should consider a refund. Due in large part to the Reddit community and various YouTubers, I'm among those that got my deposit back, most of it. They sent it via PayPal as though I had sold them something, so I lost a couple of dollars in the fees. Once the campaign went up and I was actually looking at the new marketing materials, it clearly no longer correctly targeted the classic gaming market. I will stick to my 60 game collection on the DS, and not be stuck to an overpriced Android to take up another HDMI slot. Yeah, I think that 60 game collection, that's the thing that's, yeah, I saw Darius did a reaction to OEB Pete's review of Intellivision Lives on the Nintendo DS, and I can't believe it. I mean, I don't know OEB Pete's situation other than obviously he's married and stuff, but all I can think of is that he said it cost $50 for that cartridge, and I think if I had a wife and kids, and if my wife if I just spent $50 on a cartridge full of old games, which I must have in some other form, you must have like the PS2 equivalent of Intellivision Lives, then I'm sure my wife would have something to say about it. Just wasting $50 on a silly cartridge. But yeah, oh well, you can't tell some people, I suppose. I was in the same boat. I was also all in for the retro reimagined game, says the Bat. I especially liked how it was going to be the Intellivision games as well as the Magic ones. The fact they licensed 12 Atari games and a handful of arcade classics. But I believe that if by some miracle this does come out, which it won't, none of these games will ever be made. I expect the 6-packing games and the box games to be the only games ever created if it ever launches. So the games I really wanted, like Utopia, Cloudy Mountain, nobody's getting their Cloudy Mountain, Asteroids Burger Time, Bomb Squad Demon Attack, Beauty and the Beast, and many more will never come out, and there goes my reason for owning the system. If it does come out and more games are released, I will buy it, but I don't see that happening. Yeah, and he doesn't seem too happy. When they couldn't make their Chrono Magnus says when they couldn't make their 2021 release dates, and that was pretty much the end. You could say it was sooner, considering how misguided this whole thing is and how it has been the whole time. The response around the Samsar's Technica article really started the downturn. It got them attention, and they could have used that to spin it as something that didn't need to be as powerful to be fun, but instead went the defensive and negative route. The haters, quote unquote, have never destroyed anything. It's reaction to them that digs the hole. Everything else haters. If you make a comment on an article that a few hundred people read, there'll always be one person, no matter what, who will read your post and just say, F this idiot, to themselves and to you, or to you. The Amico was a niche idea from the start, and the reaction to that reality created the audience watching it fall and further damaged its chances. Tommy, if you're reading this and want to know who's responsible, then make your way to Pee-wee's Playhouse. A great Ninja Kitty video of Tommy and Pee-wee's Playhouse. You live into the bathroom and look in the mirror. Tommy's probably got mirrors in every bloody room, I would have thought. This is saying anecdotal evidence that Intellivision pulled the plug on the StartEngine 5 days ago, because that's when Nick's last post was time-stamped. Didn't someone say it took 5 days for them to wrap up one of these listings? And then you have supposedly someone pretending to be Tommy Tallarico, and then Nick replying, no words. And there's a link in here somewhere which just says that here's a reference to the 5 days notice. It seems they could use the deadline change mechanism to end early. However, it's also possible that they asked StartEngine directly to just cancel the whole thing. And this is the page they linked to on Imager. StartEngine Capital will notify investors by email when this target offering amount has hit 25, 50 and 100% of the funding goal. If the issuer hits the goal early, the issuer can create a new target deadline at least 5 business days out. Investors will be notified of the new target deadline via email and will then have the opportunity to cancel up to 48 hours before the new deadline. If a StartEngine issuer reaches its target offering amount prior to the deadline, it may conduct an initial closing of the offering early if they provide notice of the new offering. Lots of offerings here. Deadline at least 5 business days prior to the new offering deadline, absent a material change that would require an extension to the offering, and reconfirmation of the investment commitment. StartEngine will notify investors when the issuer meets its target offering amount. Therefore, the issuer may conduct additional closings until the offering deadline. So I think that's saying that they can just basically close it whenever they want. I'll be honest, I've lost a bit of lost track of it with that. But if that makes sense to you, then so be it. Then we have the StartEngine offering closed. Technically an announcement says smashing time 98. Meridian 1, so they didn't lie. They're on the way back. The year of Amico. So you're saying there's a chance? I don't know who Lloyd Christmas is. Yeah, so it's just blah blah blah. It's just all going on. There was a certain large chunk of this is seed money. I love the hubris. These scum trying to cheat people out of their money game, and a massive failure. Well, they've already taken $17 million, so that's they've squirreled that away somewhere. I'd love to know where that's gone. So I'm not going to go through endless comments. Another one says it's over. It's now 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. We've not had any updates as to the Amico's totally for real this time. We swear. Release date, marking the first time Intellivision has missed a deadline for a deadline. The Amico StartEngine campaign is dead. Less than 60 grand earned, and most of that in the opening couple of days. We've seen total radio silence from the new management since last week. Tommy is back on tour, but the most diehard influencers have seemingly lost hope. Unless we hear otherwise, I believe we can safely say the Amico is unlikely to ever see release, even in a very limited pre-order / founder production run. It would appear InTV could not keep the doors open any longer. Have they closed up shop entirely? At any rate, we have reason to believe the project is essentially over. Now waiting, says Paraclaw. Who posted this comment? The thing, Infinity TV. Whoever this is. Now waiting the inevitable statement from Intellivision. Something like the haters are solely responsible for these setbacks. Delays and lack of ability to finance continued operations to manufacture this product. But it's not the end. We're talking with partners to consider pivoting to mobiles and alternative revenue streams. We refine the hardware, etc. So they could go the route of just making games for consoles, but God, who wants them at this point? Apart from a handful of people like DJC and in fact, it's pretty much only DJC now. I think everyone else has got out. DJC seems to be the last person wanting to die on that hill. Amico fan, not investor. Oh yeah, absolutely. They'll make it exceptionally clear that they tried nothing, ran out of ideas, and that it was the haters who ruined it from the start. However, honestly, I think they'll downplay future revenue streams as much as possible. I have a feeling they're all done with this failed or successful joke. So this is so on point, it's scary. Tommy, is that you? I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. That was eerily accurate. So, let's just have a look at this last one. Whaler says, go and hold scrutinizer. When the Shills lose their deck jobs on the SS Amico, they should turn their attention to another vessel. HMS Russia seriously needs some PR help. These guys should be perfect crewmates for yet another sinking ship. And this time you have your actual real market of 3 billion people out there to convince. I won't get into that. And so we're back to the Amico, back to the StartEngine page. And just thought let's just have a quick refresh. No reprieve for this particular thing. Goodbye, I'm Amico. Let's just get down to the comments, because obviously it's all closed. They've all shut up shop. The shutters are down. What have we got? Comments 98 total. Brett, presumably sort of Brett Weiss spoof. I was hoping this would help my child with his chronic, but no. Thanks for nothing in television. Rob A, that fat lady sang as soon as his crowdfunding started. Well, yeah, we know that. Brett returns. Placeholder fundraising campaign. Indeed. What's the reply? I'm not going to go through too many comments. We'll just see what there is to see for a few of them. Giving up doesn't count as a loss, so the statement Tommy Tallarico never loses, as said by DJC, still stands. The offering has been closed. Do investors get their money back now the company has folded? From page 39, they're actually let's do it in reverse order. Jack, you seem pretty uneducated on the subject. If you're not an investor, move on. Well, someone's still shilling for them. Jack, you seem to be pretty uneducated, period. It's your apostrophe RE and not your. Yeah, exactly. Tony said they folded. And Elijah says, from page 39 of the SEC filing, at a minimum, Intellivision intends to accept $500K from StartEngine crowdfunding offering. If fundraising from other sources falls short of the $10 million, the company will become more dependent on the funds raised through the StartEngine offering. To execute on the current business plan, the company is expecting to close the full $10 million for the round. Oh, of course they do. If no other sources of capital are raised, and if only the minimum is raised as part of the crowdfunding offering, the company would only have operating cash for 1 to 2 months. So yeah, if they had the minimum was like 5 million. Anyway, it's not happening. That's the important thing. It's all completely fucked. Tony F, I'm sick of waiting. It's been 3 years and every other company has released something. Could we? This is obviously just before it all finished. Could we see some pictures of the thing? Give your fans something. Rob says it's not coming out. Frank J, we just checked your website FAQ and it reads this. We are currently targeting the release of the Amico for the first quarter of 2022. Are you still targeting that release? If so, then why have you not yet confirmed this information? If not, then why have you not updated your website FAQ section so close to your target release date? Either way, this seems to be very questionable ethical business practices. You don't say. And that is coming from a current investor from previous crowdfunding rounds and a backer from the very beginning. How long do you think you can keep this up? Keep up this continued campaign of misinformation. Now is the time for Intellivision to come clean with your fans and investors. No more deception will be tolerated. They don't care. They're gone. You know, you go to a shop that's shut. Anyone involved is long since fucked off. Corporate office says Christopher is on the West Coast and maybe the release will come at 5 PM West Coast time. Whatever time that is in UK land, I have no idea, but maybe that's where I think you add 8, is that where you add 8 hours and then you get the UK time? That would make it 1 AM UK time. So I'd be asleep by then, basically. And then the crowdfunding thing StartEngine was shut down during the night. So no announcement, just not with a bang, but with a whimper, you know. Frank J. Christopher, well, let's hope you are correct because I've kept very quiet from the beginning, thinking that surely this impressive team of individuals will not let us investors down. Impressive? Impressive about scamming. I have very little free time due to my business taking up so much of my energy, but I do follow the goings-on of Intellivision just enough to get an understanding of the situation since I am an investor from the beginning. I've had no choice but to search irrelevant YouTubers for information surrounding my investment in Intellivision, which is so insulting to me how a legitimate company, can conduct business in this way. It seems that this very insignificant small group of YouTubers from a market that is not even supposed to be the target market gets regular information that us prior investors do not get. Yeah, I mean that's shady in itself. So why haven't you been questioning that all this time? I am so overwhelmingly appalled by how this company has treated investors in the past few years and the constant misinformation coming from every angle. Intellivision has not sent any meaningful information regarding their official launch of the product in a long time, which leaves me confused and thinking I made a poor decision by being fooled into investing. I'm afraid that's the case. If we as current investors cannot trust the company, how can they possibly expect new people to invest in a company that prefers the company of ambiguous YouTubers over releasing official information on their own YouTube platform? Exactly. David S. Well, 5 PM has come and gone. Both CEO and CFO promised an update by the end of February, and all we get is more silence. It's game over. Frank J. I mean, yeah, continued silence. No official statements from Intellivision. It's imperative you give very specific information. I'm holding off on my large investment here in the StartEngine until I get an honest and informative update with factual truth about the future of the company. It is time to stop beating around the bush. Stop kicking the can down the road. Stop being shady and disingenuous with the misinformation campaign, and set the record straight for investors and fans of Intellivision once and for all. I and many others look forward to you coming clean with facts about your manufacturing, shipping plans and timelines. If you're unable to provide honest information to us current investors and backers, then what is the point of all this really? Also, why have you been ignoring the real questions here? I can understand why you'd ignore the haters' comments, but why are you ignoring the real questions from backers, current investments and potential investors? Oh, here we are. Here's me. Why on earth would you be investing in what is clearly a dead company? Anything you invest will disappear when they declare bankruptcy after going under. So, yep, that's me. And turns out I posted that a few hours before they shut up shop. Or closed the StartEngine at least. Frank, I previously invested in companies which were in poor financial conditions and ended up turning things around to be profitable. I'm also unable to ignore the obvious detractors. I'm also able to ignore the obvious detractors here to look at the overall big picture of this company's potential. What potential? And Elijah says, Frank, have you read their SEC disclosure, which I've covered before? Well, page 39. I'm not going to go through the image of things. Maybe that's the one we saw before of the one I showed earlier, and also, I don't know, maybe there's that one with Tommy calling everyone names, all those names under the sun. Gregoria, what time should investors expect the announcement on shipping dates? Because you can't be expected to take a company seriously with your money if you're constantly giving dates only to have nothing to show for it time and time again. Frank J, I expected to already have received an official email from Intellivision with updated shipping and manufacturing timeline plans, or at least an email letting me know where and when I can expect this upcoming announcement. Announcement today, says Rob. Oh wait, you know it's not coming, and if it does, the announcement will just be more tomfoolery excuses of how the haters killed off this fourth crowdfunding effort, and not brutal mismanagement and skullduggery of said attempts. Mark this page here, because if Tommy and company do announce anything, it will be to delay the Duke Nukem Forever console. That game took forever to come out, and even then it was crap. Even longer, and announce that they are now releasing their games on Steam or some other streaming service for consoles and PC. Well, yeah, that's about the only option they've got, but does anyone really want those games anymore? You know, a couple of years ago I would have paid a couple of quid for that Moon Patrol on as it was, but not now. It's long since passed, even if it did come out. Let's all wait for the excuses from Philly and Tommy. Frank, this comment section is for investors and potential investors. You are neither, so why are you here? Okay, thief and scammer. Anyone investing in this scam deserves to lose all their money. Well, yeah, I don't want anyone to lose their money. A fool and his money be soon at debates, which after with sorrow repents him too late. Yeah. Who else is excited to know when they're going to get their Founders Edition? Less than a day to go. Hans. Yeah, I can't wait to see my German tax money at work. I hope the games are great because we Germans aren't all smiles and sunshines. I'm looking forward to getting the promised shipping update within the next 24 hours. Still waiting. Jackass says, can't believe how many basement-dwelling trolls showed up in here. But these people have been obsessed with this project for a very long time. And they spend every waking hour on it. It's rather pathetic. They are pathetic. And, hey, here's me again. I think DVDfeverGames is the best YouTube channel out there. And has the best coverage of the Intellivision Amico. Someone's replied to me. Who is it? Is it Frank? Oh, Brett Weiss, the spoof Brett Weiss. You obviously haven't seen DJC yet. He's the best because you don't know if it's okay to laugh at him or not. Did he have head trauma or was he born that way? I'm not going to laugh at anyone. I mean, I want them to get the money back, and it's not going to happen, sadly. I think anyone who's got a pre-order at this point, they've lost their money as well. Because if they're not posting comments on anywhere, they're not going to respond to emails. Why would they respond to an email to refund you your $100? It's not going to happen. So, yeah. And then just very quickly, just have a look at their Twitter page. So I'll just have a quick refresh because last when I checked this, there was nothing there to have a look at on. And yeah, the last thing they retweeted was Mike Mullis, Next Level Gaming, in video with Phil Adam and John Avocado. So yeah, it's nothing. So they're not going to respond to. They're not going to tweet. They're not going to put anything out on. There's nothing on the YouTube channel. That's it. That's it. They're not going to reply to emails either. So is this it? Is this the last? Well, there may be more to cover when something else happens. But for the time being, it looks like this is it. And this is what my video will be on Wednesday, unless something happens. I don't know. If anything does sort of break late, I might try and sort of add it on, but then I might just leave it till another day because, you know, I can't be sort of spending all my evening looking out for information when I've got other stuff to do, because I can just sort of make it into another video another day. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not one of those people I don't employ a whole team of people to make videos, it's just me doing it, so, you know, you get what you get. And I'm very glad for anyone who has enjoyed this wild ride. It's been something. It's been something. And maybe we'll get some positive news, some more positive news in the retro gaming market. Who knows? But for now, in the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the bell for all the notifications, and cue Genesis.